Alright, I show y'all the Eternity's girlfriend, right? I want you to meet two more cosmic entities, and that's Starbrand and Nightmask. They're usually too busy saving the multiverse, and they kind of some big cosmic badasses is what they say. I'm already knowing, y'all want me to prove it. Alright, y'all asked for it. He was able to transmute Blizzard's powers. Starbrand did, turned the ice into stone. Graviton and Nitro pulled up. Nitro is the cause of Civil War. And y'all know Graviton if you watch that fucking... It was an old-ass Avengers movie. This motherfucker uses... Graviton uses his powers on him, right? And Nitro is about to blow up. That shit reminded Starbrand of when he got his powers on him. A lot of motherfuckers died. Starbrand cuts that shit off and they turn their powers on. I mean, they fucking suits on. Nitro explodes itself. So, Eternity's children, this is what these motherfuckers did. Nightmask uses the power cosmic and his celestial awareness to bring time down, to basically dilute it, slow it down. Now, the Starbrand, who can perceive the chain reactions at the core of the explosion, time might as well be non-existent. He uses his powers to disrupt these chain reactions. Billions of them at the microscopic level until the explosion might as well been non-existent. Blizzard pulls back up with Nitro, right? Blizzard tried to freeze him, but they break up out of that shit. So Starbrand tells Nightmask to take them somewhere else. So Starbrand opens up a portal. They go through the super flow, which is between universes and shit, outside, damn near outside of reality. Then they teleport again, going to the North Pole. Nitro explodes. He going to the damn wall. But that shit was able to negate all they damn powers, supposed to. Blizzard fucking uses this power and shit, and he's like, that shit is wrong. This shit ain't supposed to be happening. That's when he looks through his perception shit, his cosmic awareness, and he sees that there's fucking strings on them. They're getting controlled by somebody the fuck else. He breaks out of that shit, but that's when the Starbrand came through when they was charging at him, and he fucking transmuted they ass and put them all in amber, Jurassic Park style. The kind of backstory, the little light backstory of these motherfuckers is, Nightmask was created on Mars, where he was designed by his father to be the ideal human specimen. But the multiverse was breaking down, and his birth triggered Earth's first white event. Too soon and on the wrong planet. He became Earth's Nightmask, and his arrival inevitably heralded that of Earth's planetary defense mechanism, triggering Earth's last white event, but again, getting everything wrong. The Starbrand is originally from the new universe. It was a Marvel imprint that's outside of the original, where Hulk and all the motherfuckers at. It's his own shit. Quasar ended up going over there, right? And he didn't know how to get back because there wasn't nobody there. I'm going to show you in a minute, but I want to show you this. He was like, all right, where to begin? My name is Wendell Vaughn. My powers come from these fancy bracelets, the quantum bands, which transform energy for as many uses as I can think of. They were the property of this ancient alien I called Eon, who gives them to whoever he wants to be the universe's protector. Yeah, I know how prestigious that sounds. Anyway, I was running an errand for this other ancient alien, the Watcher, who sent me into a bunch of adjacent dimensions when I ran into an old enemy of mine that is a dimensional counterpart of an old enemy of mine, and he blasted me so hard I wound up here, wherever it here is. He's talking about Maelstrom. He was fighting Thanos, bro. They was big as fuck, bro, and they was taking suns and shit and smacking the shit out of each other, bro. He seen them and he was like, Quasar was as small as like a speck in his eye, and he blasted his ass here. Bro right here was like, the Watcher, huh? He's the guy who lives on the moon, huh? Bro was like, how the fuck you know that? He was like, I used to read about him as a kid. The Marvel comics went out of business right after the pit happened. So you're telling us the comic book characters are real where you come from? He was like, yeah, though some of us have our own comics there too, because there's the Marvel Universe in the Marvel Universe. So Quasar was like, all right, so how do you people get your powers? Where do they come from? Dude let us know. He was like, back in 1986, there was a weird flash of light in the sky. After that, folks began developing paranormal abilities. Most people figured the white event was somehow responsible. Quasar was like, what caused it? They was like, nobody knows. Some say it was an act of God. The white event and this, whatever the fuck, are the major religious movements these days. Others say it was this paranormal called Starbrand. He's pretty powerful. He single-handedly stopped World War III a couple years back. He's like, how the fuck he do that? They said he neutralized all the weapons on Earth. Cool, huh? He's like, I couldn't do that. They was like, well, you ain't Starbrand. That's when he's like, shit, I need that motherfucker to get back to Earth. Quasar ended up finding this motherfucker after he scanned the abilities of the paranormal so he can get used to their energy and find the strongest one out there. And he ended up meeting up with Starbrand. He was like, hey, I know about your powers. These are my shit. And he had him sit there and tell him what's up. So he opened up to him, right? And he tells us his whole backstory about how he used to be a pilot and that he got into a wreck. And when he got up, he ended up living. He don't know how he lived from the wreck. He was unscathed and shit. Then somebody had came to him and let him know that the powers was, it was a baby that came to him and let him know the powers was like God-like and shit. He started like floating up in his bed and shit. Then that's when he got another message saying that whoever had the powers before like blew up his city and all types of shit. He ain't want to do nothing with it. So Starbrand was like, hey, give that shit to me. He was like, I'm not going to give it to you. I don't even know you. He was like, all right, we going to talk until you get to know me. 17 hours later, he's like, all right, I know you more than my damn mom. I'll give you the powers. As you see it, the Starbrand was in his hand. He grabbed his hand and he transferred that shit to him. This where fucking Starbrand uses that shit to get back to fucking to the 616. We'll get back into the main continuity of Marvel. When he gets there, he started kissing on Man-Thing and everything because that was a nexus of realities. That's where you come into if you coming into eternity through a nexus of reality. And when he met up with Watcher, he was like, yeah, your ass is outside the multiverse, bro. You was in the great omniverse. I couldn't find your ass. He was like, yeah, there wasn't no Watchers there. He wasn't shit. It was motherfuckers called paranormals. He was like, yeah, that was like a completely different universe than what the fuck we used to. And he was like, yeah, all I know is that the shit had different physical laws than we used to and shit. Wasn't no counterparts, all that shit. This the same power I did a video in where old girl pulled up on the living tribunal and had his ass scared to make a move. He was saying that, yeah, your ass is stronger than me, motherfucker. This is where, if you Google it, Quasar versus Silver Surfer, this is that book where that shit come from. Because she had Quasar working for her, and he had Silver Surfer working for her. And if it wasn't for Quasar figuring out that he was working for her, and all the reality was going to get destroyed, Quasar would have beat her Silver Surfer ass. But that's a whole nother different story. The Starbrand is another power source that's outside of reality that could fuck up shit that's inside of Marvel and all that shit. Just like the Queen of Nevers. Anyway, like I said, the universe was weak, and then this fucking the 616 ended up having its own the white event shit, and it created the Starbrand, and this motherfucker named Kevin Conroy, and when he got it, everybody died around him. This was not a power Kevin could not yet control at the time. As you can see, at least 3,203 people died at the college. It was not his fault. Nevertheless, he shoulders the blame. The motherfucker got an attitude and shit all the time. Now, Robbie Reyes ended up killing him when the Starbrand power started to fuck up and he exploded with that shit. But then you'll see later in the Avengers run, his ass, the Starbrand was reborn from this pregnant lady just having fucking pain. She got the power out of nowhere when she was pregnant. As you can see, Gladiator pulled up on her. Silver Surfer pulled up on her. We found out Blade was weak to red sunlight. All the Galactus Heralds pulled up on that pregnant lady. And they couldn't stop her ass from having that baby. And that baby was strong as fuck. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother damn video. Just know that little Brandy, she was growing fast as fuck from the power that we found out 1 million years ago. The white light event happened. So that was like the first one. Then we had the last one that wasn't supposed to happen recently and shit. That's what was the last one. Brandy was the last Starbrand as we know right now. And the original Nightmask was cold as fuck too, from the new universe. And all that shit was possible after the iteration of the 8th Cosmos happened. A lot of new shit came into the damn Cosmos. But that's a whole nother video. I just wanted to show y'all two motherfuckers that slept on. And that's Nightmask and Starbrand. And that's because they power don't even come from this reality.